Samajwadi Party leader Ram Gopal Yadav has stoked a massive controversy after he called the temple bekar, which means useless. Escalating the attack on the BJP further, the Samajwadi Party leader, and he's a multi-term member of parliament, he went on to say that the temple is not built right because the design is not built as per Vastu. And this is on the day that some of the Yadav belt seats, including the traditional Mulayam Singh Yadav stronghold seat of Maimpuri, voted. Dimple Yadav is the contestant there. Taking this a step further, former Congress leader, somebody who's now been expelled from the Congress party, Acharya Pramod Krishnam, has claimed, and this is an explosive claim, that Rahul Gandhi had planned to overturn the Ram Mandir Supreme Court verdict, much like Rajiv Gandhi overturned the Shah Bano decision back in the 1980s. These remarks are only giving the BJP further ammunition to attack the India bloc. The BJP has accused the India alliance of playing with the sentiments of the majority community, playing with people's faith for vote bank politics. But the big question is, will Ram Mandir and politics around it actually garner votes and influence the voter in the Lok Sabha election?
वो मंदिर तो बेकार का है। मंदिर ऐसे नहीं बनते। पुराने मंदिर देख लीजिए कैसे बनते, दक्षिण से लेकर उत्तर तक। इन्होंने नहीं दिया था, नक्शा ठीक नहीं बना उसका, वास्तु के लिहाज से ठीक नहीं बनाया गया मंदिर।
जब राम मंदिर का फैसला आया, उसके बाद राहुल गांधी जी ने ये बात कही थी कि अगर हमारी सरकार बनती है तो हम सुपर पावर कमीशन बना करके राम मंदिर के फैसले को पलट देंगे।
ये लोग पिछले 2 साल से एक बड़ी साजिश में जुटे हैं। ये जो कांग्रेस से निकल के आए बोले, मैं इन्हीं की बात बता रहा हूं जी।
ये लोग तो हमेशा से ही अयोध्या में से राम मंदिर का विरोध करते रहे हैं।
All right, let's open this up to our guest panel that's joining us tonight. Siddharth Yadav is spokesperson of the BJP. Tehseen Poonawalla is a political analyst. Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar, is also joining us tonight. And Ratan Sharda, author and RSS researcher, is joining us. Tehseen Poonawalla, let me start with you first. Let's start with the Ram Gopal Yadav comment. And by the way, he's no greenhorn. He's not some novice in politics. He's a 5-term MP. He says the Ram Mandir is useless. Bekar is the word that he used. Ram Mandir's structure is not right. Ram Mandir was not made as per Vastu. I didn't know that Lohia followers, believed in Vastu and so on. The point, Tehseen, is why would such a veteran make such a comment, and that too at a time when the Yadav belt was voting today in Uttar Pradesh? It makes no sense. I mean, this is why the BJP is saying India alliance is hell-bent on insulting Hindus and insulting the majority community of this country.
So, Zaka, thank you. Good evening for having me on the show. Good evening to all your viewers. And I concede to the point. I'm astounded by what he said, because he's, like you said, he's not a veteran, and you're in the middle of an elections. This is the biggest issue in Uttar Pradesh, or at least the BJP is trying to project it as. And why should elections be fought on Mandir Masjid? That's what the BJP wants. If you fight on the BJP's pitch, there's only going to be one winner, that is the BJP. The jobs of the issues of India is the kids of Ram don't have jobs, don't have employment, and inflation is terrible, and the BJP is manipulating inflation and GDP data. Those are the issues of the country, not these. I don't know why leaders and senior leaders continue to make those statements. It leaves me astounded. I don't know how to defend it, because quite frankly, it's not warranted. Then to attack anchors and say, look, why are anchors taking it up? We are making those statements. So it's not warranted, those statements. But to the second part of your question about Pramod Acharya, I can say this for a fact, right? I've been involved in the manifesto. I've told you this a number of times. There is no such proposal. I understand Pramod Acharya is upset. He's a very dear friend of mine. At one time, he was mentoring me. I understand he's upset. But to come on national TV and say anything without any substantial evidence, and for somebody like you, Zaka, who I have a lot of respect for, to give him importance. Again, he's somebody I really adore. But for him to come, what is the evidence? Where did Rahul Gandhi say this? How is it done? You come up and you make any statement against Rahul Gandhi, that's unfair. Suppose I say, Zaka, let's assume, suppose I say, look, Prime Minister Modi said after I win the elections, I will do something that is, I will summon Joe Biden. I mean, you will tell me, where is the evidence? The Prime Minister doesn't speak like this. How can somebody just come? He says he's not part of the meeting. It didn't happen in front of him. He heard something. How does hearsay become national debate?
Okay,
It's
I concede on that
He's
point.
obviously working to the BJP.
Just because Pramod Acharya said it doesn't mean it's the gospel truth. None of us were part of that meeting. But I'm asking a very simple question, Tehseen. Let's say what Mr. Pramod Acharya is saying is completely, patently false, right? Where is the Congress Party's communications department? Why have they not come out and tweeted and taken him to the cleaners saying he's a liar? I mean, by now they should be having a defamation suit against him because he's defamed no less than Rahul Gandhi.
They should. I agree with you. But that communications department of the Congress is a disaster. That's why I'm on your show. They are a disaster. Tell me, since September when they had that highest meeting where they decided to boycott some anchors, what have they done? They've done nothing. Tell me one day they've set the agenda. Every day BJP is setting the agenda. That's a problem with the Congress. See, the people actually want to change. If you go on the ground, people are fed up with this government. There is so much of angst. This government is not getting a majority. But it is not the opposition that is winning. It's the people of India. They're fed up with this government.
Okay.
But the opposition just doesn't want to catch
Siddharth
it.
Yadav, आप लोग राम का मुद्दा उठाते हैं. Prime Minister says मुसलमानों को दे देंगे quota, घुसपैठियों को दे देंगे. You are fighting on Hindu-Musliman pitch. Tehseen Poonawalla says you should be running on your record. आपने 10 साल you are in power. आप बताइए ना कितने नौकरियां आपने दिलवाई हैं. How much income of people you have increased. इसके बजाय every Tom, Dick and Harry opposition में जो राम के बारे में बोलते हैं या मुस्लिम कोटा के बारे में बोलते हैं, you make this the big issue. Siddharth Yadav.
Zaka, thank you for having me on your show. First of all, Tehseen was saying that it's very difficult for him to defend this. Tehseen, not everything has to be defended. If something wrong has been said by someone, you should come out openly and condemn it. Why is this courage lacking in the entire NDA alliance that whenever someone comes out and says something to the Sanatan Dharma, something to the Ram Mandir, nobody has the courage to condemn it? Why not? Saka, you're asking why are we bringing the elections on this? Why are we not taking the issues that we have worked for? We are not bringing the election on this. This is their agenda. You must understand this. We are not saying this. They said, if Ram Gopal Yadav is coming out and saying that the Ram Mandir is bakwas, it's not according to Vastu, he's sending a message. He's sending a message to the vote bank that he's trying to tap on. He's sending a message to the people that he's seeking votes from. What is the constraint of the Congress party that if they have to launch a manifesto, they have to come out and say that they'll appoint the judges in this country based on religion? What is the constraint on them that they have to come out and say that scholarships, education loans in this country will be based on religion, not on needs? Why is that? Because the entire vote bank politics has to happen. If we call them out, if we come out and say that they are doing so and so, you're telling us that we are shifting the goalpost. We are not.
No, but
we are the ones who have created a new set of beneficiaries
tell me
in this country.
This Acharya Pramod Krishnam has been expelled from the Congress party. Everybody knows he has an axe to grind with the Congress party. Neither was he there in this meeting, nor has anybody corroborated and said, हाँ, Rahul Gandhi ने ऐसा बोला है, मैंने सुना है. So why are you giving so much importance to somebody who has an axe to grind with the Congress party? And again, no one is coming in saying कि हाँ, जो ये कह रहे हैं वो सच कह रहे हैं.
For two reasons, Zaka. क्योंकि कोई भी आके ये भी नहीं कह रहा कि ये गलत कह रहे हैं. Rahul Gandhi is not refuting. उन्होंने तो नहीं कहा. चलिए उनको छोड़ दीजिए. It's a statement that he has made. Number two, we have seen the statements of Radhika Keda. Everybody who comes out of Congress party gives the same reason. Everybody is saying that when they were part of the Congress party, the party leadership ensured that they have to abuse the Sanatan Dharma, that they have to stand on the other side of this thing, and then only they'll be promoted or they'll be allowed to be in the party. Otherwise, they're going to be subject to treatment that nobody wants to be.
So let Tehseen respond to that before I go to
why should we not call it out?
So, Tehseen, on Radhika Khera also, she was a Congress spokesperson. She was, coming on television channels up until recently, a few months ago. And she says the moment she went to Ram Mandir, from that day onwards, the Congress people started ostracizing her. They were treating her like some outcast. And that's why she had no choice but to leave the Congress and join the BJP.
Everyone who went to Ram Mandir, everyone who went, I don't know if she's gone or no, everyone who went got a ticket. All those, Dipinder se leke, jinko ticket diya sare Ram Mandir gaye. So how is that possible?
No, this is what she's claiming. She's claiming the day I went to Ram Mandir, after that, I started being ostracized by the Congress party.
Correct. But everyone who leaves says this only. And the fact of the matter is that they have an axe to grind. I've gone to the Ram Mandir. I've made the manifesto. Now in the manifesto, my friend Siddharth. Now, just 1 second, please. My manifesto, my friend Siddharth Yadav says we are talking about we are talking about minorities getting votes. No, I've made it. What I've written is equal opportunities for everybody, and minorities has been defined as linguistic and sexual minorities. Ask them what their position on sexual minorities to get equal opportunity to grow. That's the verbatim I put it. How is it? Second thing. Now they're talking. So we put our linguistic sexual minorities. Now, second thing, that the Prime Minister speaks about Guspetias. Let's ask basic questions. 10 years, who's Prime Minister? He's how there Guspetias in this country. Third, he talks about Muslims getting caste. This is the Prime Minister verbatim. Now, I'm quoting Gujarat from the official data. These are OBC caste exclusively Muslims in Gujarat, where Prime Minister was Chief Minister. Mehtar, Mainpuri, Bakhao, Bakhtiar, Chikki, Churair, Dafail, Jamadar, Dobis, Muslim Hindu, Dunia, Idrisi, Kasab, Madri. These are exclusive Muslims. There are 50. Only Muslim caste and OBC in Gujarat. Prime Minister, Chief Minister. That he was doing appeasement. So how can Prime Minister talk?
Okay, very quick response to that. I also have Atikur Rahman and Ratan Sharda ji to go to. So Siddharth, quick response.
Rebut me on these castes. Can you rebut me on these castes?
The problem with Tehseen is whenever you try to catch him spot on, he'll try to take the bypass. I'll catch you spot on, Tehseen. On page number 8, point number 7, you mentioned personal laws. Which linguistic minority has personal laws?
No, 1 second. We talk about loans.
Where on page number 24, point number 5, it's my turn, please.
But you said
on
loans.
Page number 24, point number 5, you say minorities will be appointed as judges in the High Court and Supreme Court. What are you trying to fool? Whom are you trying to fool? You are explicitly writing everything in your manifesto, but on national television you have to build a narrative. On national television you have to do around with that. Second point, you were mentioning the castes that have been given reservation and under different states for OBC. That is not the problem. The problem is that in Karnataka you said that we will give a blanket reservation to everybody who is from that religious community. You said that anybody, Agada, Pichada, Garib, Amir, whosoever, but if born in a Muslim family will be allowed a 27% OBC Arakshan. Is that not snatching away the rights of SC, ST and OBCs? In Bengal you say out of 91, 85 castes in OBC are from one religious community.
I'll be debating this whole Muslim quota business in the second part of the debate, and both Tehseen and Siddharth will be staying on with us because, yesterday I spoke to Revant Reddy, the Telangana Chief Minister. He's also emphasizing it's not for mazhab ke aadhar par nahi de rahe hain reservation. We are giving it on the basis of BCE. Anyway, that's the second debate. But Atikur Rahman and Ratan Sharda, let me come to you. Atikur Rahman, the problem is there is a series of politicians from the India Alliance who abuse the Hindu religion, and there doesn't seem to be any political consequence to it, right? Let me just give you 2 or 3 examples. Swami Prasad Maurya, who used to be with the Samajwadi Party, said Hinduism is not a religion, but it's a dhokha. Jitendra Awad, who's with the NCP, Lord Ram was a non-vegetarian. Priyank Kharge, who's a minister in the Karnataka government, he says Sanatan Dharm spreads division. This, of course, was in response to, of course, the most infamous one, which is Udayanidhi Stalin saying that Sanatan Dharm must be eradicated. It should be treated like dengue or cholera. Now, please tell me, Mr. Atikur Rahman, if the same kinds of statements were made against Islam or Christianity or Sikhism or any other religion for that matter, you think it would have been tolerated? If it's not tolerable for any of these other religions, why should it be tolerable for the Hindus of this country?
Thank you, Zaka. Zaka, so the political class is, becoming a liability on this nation. These, words regarding religion, you will not be hearing from the masses of India, the core people of India. So what we are doing since the last 1 month, in every Muslim gathering and on every Friday lecture, we are telling whoever a Muslim leader demands votes in the name of Babri Masjid or Ram Mandir or Islam or Sharia should not be voted by the Muslims. The Muslims have decided to vote only on grounds of education and employment and the restoration of the constitutional rights, the minority rights as ensured in the constitution. Now you tell me, is the same thing will be coming from the BJP side, that they will not be utilizing religion to seek votes? This is a rhetoric by the political parties. The community does not endorse it. Zakka.
No, but Atiq Saab, on the other side of the political divide, India Alliance parties from Congress downwards are saying कि हम redistribution कर देंगे, जिसका 50% का आबादी है, वो question paper नहीं set कर रहा है, उनसे हम question paper set करवाएंगे. So the other side is polarizing in the name of caste. But when BJP polarizes in the name of religion, that is a problem. I'm not saying one is right or the other is wrong. All I'm saying is, if the polarization game is being played in the name of caste by a set of parties, call that also out.
So, Zakka, who will take the first step back? The ruling party and the most important number 1 and number 2 position, Prime Minister and the Home Minister. Are they not utilizing religion and evoking their people in the election rallies in the name of religion? Who will take the first step back? I am naming all political parties as a liability on this nation. Because we as a community, and I speak on behalf of my community, we are going into the gatherings and in the Friday lecture. We are demanding that votes should be casted only on grounds of employment and education.
Okay.
Are we wrong?
Ratan Sharda, till 21st of April, after the first round of counting, election was going in, some would say low gear, low decibel. People were talking about what Modi government has done, what it has not done. Muddon ki baat chal rahi thi. After that, when the Prime Minister made the speech in Banswara, from there it was about Mangal Sutra, it was about Muslim quota, it was about all this surround sound, which are really, frankly, if you ask me, it's great for television studios, great for primetime debates. I don't think this is what people on the ground are talking about. I was in Hyderabad yesterday, I was in Bangalore 2 weeks ago, I was in Chennai before that. People are just, brushing all of this aside. They are saying, isme nahi dena vote. Vote hame dena hai muddon par. Has the country developed? Where is India's place in the world right now? Where is our national security right now? देश की तरक्की हो रही है, विकास हो रही है. This is what people are worried about. This is what people are voting for. They are not voting for Mangal Sutra and Muslim quota. So to that extent, BJP is at fault because they are the ones who started it, is the claim by the India Alliance. They are saying कि यहीं से शुरू हुआ.
Zakka, did BJP manifesto talk about caste and religious divisions? It did not. Which manifesto talk about it? Congress. Unfortunately, BJP leaders didn't pick up the issues like redistribution of wealth, etc., which they should have picked up at the first go. I was one of the earliest ones who wrote against it. And then when Modi ji puts up in the language that people understand, we have a problem. Now coming to the main issue, I am really surprised that why would anybody put one's foot on the X? I am fascinated by people who have an urge for self-destruct. Why would a person like this Yadav talk about useless Mandir hai? Does he know about Vastu more than Sompura family? Sompura family, which has dedicated generations to building of temples, he knows more about it. See, his jealousy comes from the ground that they killed hundreds of Ram Bhakts and still the Mandir came up. Now, coming further of the Ram temple, see, frankly speaking, I never thought Ram Mandir would become such a huge issue which the opposition is taking again. To my mind, Ram Mandir was set and finalized. People are no more, those who were fascinated by Ram Mandir had gone to their own parties. They said, Chaji, Ram Mandir ban gaya. Bitterness was gone. It was a feeling of very satisfaction.
Yeah.
There was euphoria gone. It was normal devotion that I saw there. I saw every time. People are too normal. Who raked up the issue? Opposition. So why would not BJP then take it up? Why should they keep on insulting Ram Mandir? Who stopped opposition from owning up Ram?
No, but tell me, Ratanji, I'm trying to
Yeah.
understand. I think somebody else also made this point earlier on. Ki Ram Gopal Yadav is not somebody who started in politics yesterday or day before. He has been in politics for as long as Mulayam Singh Yadav was in politics. He's been in politics for the last 40 years plus. Why would he make such a statement, and that too on the day that Maimpuri is voting, that Badaयूं is voting?
So-called Lohiyas have forgotten Lohiya. Lohiya had huge respect for Ram. He called him Rashtrapurush. He started Ram Leelas. He started Ram Kathas. That is the background of Lohiyites. Unfortunately, these Lohiyas have lost everything. Bus caste system, that's all they know about. Now, also, if I talk about, Acharya Pramod Ishne kya, you look at who is now what is the spokesperson? Majority of spokesperson have left to Congress. Why? The intellectual warriors no more work for Congress. Is it BJP's fault? When they come out and say they are anti-Hindu, should you blame everybody? सभी के सभी anti-Hindu हो गए. राधा खेड़ा भी opportunist है, गौरव वल्लभ भी opportunist है, रोहन गुप्ता भी opportunist है. These are people who were in Congress not for a year or two, 20 years, 30 years. If they come up with this, warrior class thinks it's no more possible to talk about Congress, then they should look internally and find where is the problem.
You know, on that point, I agree with Ratanji. I think he's hit the nail on the head in Tehseen, because you know some of these people very well. They've been with you as colleagues, as friends. These are some of the most articulate people that the Congress had in its younger generation.
And lastly, Zaka, Pramod Kishan is not a useless person. He's a person, he's a spiritual religious leader. He was always frank. I've seen him in debate. I've fought with him. When he says something, don't treat it as rubbish. Because just because he said I was in the meeting, it's a third person. But because everybody says so, people will start believing. No. If there was just Pramod Kishan, I can understand. There is a host of people. Simply, there is exodus from Congress.
No, so that is a point that Tehseen you need to answer. Rohan Gupta, Radhika Kheda, Gaurav Vallabh, all are leaving, and all are citing the same reason, that Congress, or there is a string within the Congress party, a clique within the Congress party, which is hell-bent on projecting itself as anti-Hindu. All of them said it when they left the party.
See, I don't want to talk anything bad about anyone who's left, because these are people I know. They're not colleagues of mine. I'm not a member of the Congress. These are people who would often come up to me, consult me. So, quite frankly, I do. Yes, I helped in that. I did, but so did several
When you
Indians.
write manifesto part of Congress,
Several Indians did. No, I didn't.
Outside on contract.
If you're
You are not on contract, Tehseen. When you write manifesto, you are committed to that party.
Of course, I'm committed. I vote for them. I've never denied that. I come on this seat. Zaka knows that. I'm not one of those neutral people. I'm anti-BJP. I vote Congress. But I'm not a member of Congress. And several lakhs of people send their emails to Rahul Gandhi on what they wanted in the manifesto. These were few of the points, including on the LGBTQ, which I put my points in, which incidentally was the judges. You said, why shouldn't it be from that community? So there's something that was spoken about, which is spoken out of context. But let me make the larger point. This isn't about me. These were friends of mine. These are friends of mine. They've come, consulted me. I don't want to speak badly about anyone. And Pramod Acharya, as I said, is somebody I've respected. He's always guiding me. But look, these are people who've left today the Congress, and now they're coming up. Why can't they, while they were in the party, say that what was wrong with the party? I've said this several times. Nobody said anything to me when there were statements made against Sanatan Dharma. It's the most democratic party in the world. Try anyone.
You are not a member of Congress, Tehseen.
अरे यार आप मुझे बोलने ही नहीं दोगे. आप ही बोल दीजिए. आप बोल दीजिए. अरे तो आप मेरी बात तो
सुनिए ना. सिंपल बात बोल रहा हूँ. आपने कहा कांग्रेस के मेंबर नहीं है. मैं सिंपल सी बात कह रहा हूँ. आपने कहा मैं कांग्रेस का मेंबर नहीं हूँ, तो आपको कोई कैसे निकालेगा?
अरे तो इन्होंने किसको प्राइवेटली ये बात की? प्रमोद जी ने जाकर किसको ये बात बताई? प्रमोद जी उस मीटिंग में थे ही नहीं. खुद ही कहते मीटिंग में थे. आप पार्टी was saying Pramod ji was in this meeting. Let Pramod ji tell when this meeting happened, when Rahul Gandhi chaired this meeting, who was in this meeting. Let him tell it out. No such meeting took place. Now you come out post facto. If you are truly a member of the party, like I truly support the Congress, when it does something wrong, like on this show, I think the communication department is a disaster. I will tell it. If you love somebody, if you like something, you must be strong enough to stand for it.
No,
so
but Tehseen, I want to separate. Let me separate 2 points. Give me 10 seconds, please. Let me separate 2 points.
Sure.
One is they were not getting opportunities, therefore they left, which is perfectly fine. I mean, I don't have a quibble with that. Everybody has ambition, and in politics you have ambition. Maybe, their ambitions were not being quenched or realized in the Congress party. But that's not the only reason why they're leaving. All of these people, when they are leaving, are accusing a certain clique within the Congress party, saying that they are hell-bent on projecting this party as anti-Hindu. That is a bigger problem. Why is the Congress party not able to fix that?
But why don't they do that while they're in the party? Why don't they write official communications? Who's taking action against them? That's the problem. The problem is when they leave and they go to the BJP. I have no problem. These are friends of mine. I'm very happy to go to BJP. I wish them success. I wish they become MPs. But the fact is, if your loyalty is to an organization where and your words have served 20, 30 years, Zaka, I know you're loyal to CNN. If you find something wrong here, you will put it on record. Why don't they do that? How then do you trust that word? But let me make a larger point. Okay. I don't want to put anyone down. Let me make a more positive point. The fact of the matter is, the BJP has successfully diverted this election to the issues that were not true. There is no issue of Ghuspatia. There is no issue of Mangal Sutra. But when the Prime Minister, and unfortunately, the tallest leader in our country, just makes up stories, it makes you feel terribly bad. I'm not saying the opposition isn't playing this game. When the Prime Minister is getting into who's eating fish, who's doing this is because the Prime Minister has nothing to show on development.
Okay.
Otherwise, the simple two questions is, if cash is being caught, why is demonetization not failed? If there is Guspetias, why is foreign policy not failed? If the Prime Minister should talk about Hindu, Muslim and caste, why is he giving caste education?
Yeah, let
He has
Siddharth
no
Yadav
answer
respond.
for any of that.
Let
He
Siddharth
has no
Yadav
answer.
respond. Siddharth Yadav.
No, Zaka, first of all, Tehseen was saying that the people who have left are not his colleagues. Definitely not, because probably what he means to say is they are his subordinates, because anybody who's connected to the first family in Congress party has an upper edge. So I totally agree with him on that. But the point is, when Tehseen comes and says, Tehseen bhai, please. When Tehseen comes and says that our party is a very democratic party, and I'll also draw the attention back to the debate that we are doing today. When Tehseen says that we are a very democratic party, why is that all democratic setup targeted towards the Sanatan Dharma? Why can't you say the same statements for any other religious group? Why can't you say anything else for any other
If the same statement was made against Islam or Christianity, would anybody brook it? They wouldn't brook it. Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Yeah. Zaka, Priyank Khadge can come out and say, Mallikarjun Khadge can say, anybody in the Congress party can say. Mallikarjun in this election is saying, in my name there is Shiv, so I can fight against the Ram. And Tehseen bhai is saying here that we are shifting the goalpost or we are changing the agenda. What is the compulsion for you to say all such things? I'll tell you the compulsion. The compulsion, Zaka, politicians are very smart and you should not undermine them. It is all about political messaging. हमारे देश में एक छोटी सी बात कहीं कही जाती है किसी को बहुत दूर तक समझाने के लिए. ये सब कुछ बहुत दूर तक समझाना चाहते हैं. There is a vote bank that they are trying to tap on. There is a vote bank that they want the votes from. That is why it's a compulsion on them that they have to come out and abuse Sanatan Dharma, and nobody in the Congress party will refute it, because this is their social engineering. It is a strategy. We are fighting the elections. We said 400 par because we said that we have done something to this country in 10 years which you couldn't do in 60 years. We said, हमने बोला हमने 10 साल में 15 एम्स बनाए, आपने 60 साल में एक बनाया. 6 एम्स अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी ने बनाए थे, हमने 10 साल में 15 एम्स बनाए. आप करिए ना उस पे बात. Who's forcing you to come out and say it's dengue malaria? हमने बात करी कि 4 करोड़ लोगों को हमने आवास दिया, 12 करोड़ लोगों को हमने इज्जत घर दिए, 10 करोड़ को हमने सिलेंडर दिए, हमने 5 मेट्रो सिटी से 20 बना दी. आप करिए बात. On one issue, you come and debate on that. But all your leaders are in line to just abuse the Sanatan Dharma, abuse the Ram Mandir, abuse the leaders who support such
this whole thing is caste politics. This whole thing is for political agenda, for vote bank politics. You are on the one hand saying, you are telling your people that whoever asks vote in the name of religion, don't vote for them, vote for development. But then why are you encouraging such elements who are, Siddharth Yadav says, alliance parties, the India Alliance is doing this because they have to send a signal to your vote bank.
Yeah, they may consider Muslims as their vote banks, but they are giving them a clarion call.
What is this?
Okay.
Who is this gentleman to give a message to anybody, to any voter in this country? I'll just take 5 seconds. Who is he to give a message? We are people, go to the Friday prayers. Who are you to take people to any place and then tell them who to vote for? If we are a democratic country, we must get past this. Who are you to tell anybody to vote for? The Muslims of this country will also decide on the merits that who has worked for them, who has said the Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas. But religious leaders, political groups, interest groups like these are the people who are actually playing on the fault lines and creating this.
Atikur Rahman respond. You are using the community as a vote bank. This is a herd mentality. Agar Musalman hai to then you have to be against the BJP.
So, Mr. Siddharth, I am not connected to any political party. I am not connected to any group. I am an individual in myself. What I am trying to convey to is the common people, the common Muslims in our areas, in our gathering, are just asking for people to vote, not in the name of religion, not in the name of Islam. In particular, I never said don't vote to BJP. I said whoever Muslim leader.
What is vote jihad then? What is vote jihad? Please explain.
I am coming to that.
What is vote jihad?
I am coming to that. What we are telling our people is the Muslim leaders who seek votes in the name of Islam or Sharia or in the name of Babri Masjid or Ram Temple, don't vote for them. As far as the Sharia vote asking was concerned, Zakka, I explained on various platforms that lady was asking for a large turnout. The name, the term jihad has been aligned by the media over the years.
सर
convenient,
वो है
sir.
मतलब
Very convenient.
इतना भी इलिटरेट नहीं है हम सब लोग जो ये प्रोग्राम देख रहे हैं और जो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. Everybody knows what she meant. नहीं, let's not try to justify the unjustifiable, please. अतिकुर साहब आपको भी पता है what the meaning of that term is. Let's not try to defend the indefensible.
You tell me what is the meaning of jihad? It's an Arabic term.
सर आप क्या बात कर रहे हैं? Everybody knows जो मरिया आलम खान जो सलमान खुर्शीद के जो नीस हैं उन्होंने जो बोली है वोट जिहाद does not mean voter turnout boss. I mean इतना भी तो मतलब मूर्ख नहीं है जो लोग ये प्रोग्राम देख रहे हैं. But
what is the meaning of jihad?
no, evidently she wanted to make this religious point that Muslims
what
should
is the
come
religious
and
point?
through their vote wage jihad against the BJP. That's the political point she wanted to make.
Yes.
Let's not kid ourselves.
Muslims-
Let us not sugarcoat what she said. Right? Let's leave it at that. Let me ask Ratan Sharda. I want to get closing comments on this. That Ratan Sharda, one second. Ratan Sharda, the same can be said of the BJP also. ये घुसपैठियों की बात, ये मंगलसूत्र की बात, ये सब तो बीजेपी ने ही उठाया ना. BJP brought it into the campaign. Nobody from the opposition was making all these points before. Congress Party manifesto was released on the 5th of April. First statement about घुसपैठियां and मंगलसूत्र happened 15 days later on the 21st of April. So कुछ तो मतलब, I mean, there has to be some degree of taking charge and responsibility that देखो, if you are vitiating the campaign, fair enough. It might be to turn up the base, it might be to send a message to your core voter turnout is a concern, जो भी है. But at the end of the day, मतलब माहौल किसने खराब किया?
देखिए, इकोनॉमिक सर्वे के बारे में राहुल गांधी इज वेरी क्लियर व्हाट ही मीन्स बाय इकोनॉमिक सर्वे. Modi ji put it in a simple language that villagers and normal people understand. So don't try to poke hole in that particular theory. Coming to Ghuspatia, yes, who denies that Rohingyas are coming in large numbers? Where's BJP fault or Congress fault or Mamata Banerjee who gives open passport to them and threatens people that I will scrap CA, I will scrap NCR? Somebody has to speak up. So is it against Muslims? No, it is against the Ghuspatias. So they are there. Secondly, Atikur Rahman earlier made very nice point. That is educating voters. I was all for it. I didn't agree with Siddharth. But then he again goes back to vote jihad and all that. He's a minority of one in this community where there are videos where the Muslim leaders have clearly said, these people are to be voted for. There is a video on Twitter, sir, please go and see. And such meetings are taking place everywhere. आप अपने मोहल्ले की बात करते हैं, आप सारे महाराष्ट्र में जो चल रहा है उसका वीडियो जाके देखिए. आप ट्विटर के ऊपर पड़ा है जहाँ क्लियर लिखा है एमजीए के लोगों को आपको इसको आपको वोट देना है, ये उसकी निशानी है. निशानी के साथ देन तहसीन वांट्स टू मेक ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स अबाउट एलजीबीटी को डिक्रिमिनलाइज जिसने किया? बीजेपी ने. डिड कांग्रेस एवर फाइट इन सुप्रीम कोर्ट टू रिस्टोर द डिग्निटी ऑफ एलजीबीटी? नो. देन ही टॉक्स अबाउट judges because they're not from a particular community. Women are the lowest representation in judiciary. It's almost embarrassing and shameful. Has Congress talked about it? Yes. Has any political party said we have to increase the number of judiciary women and have judges themselves talked about it? So there are too many things which are involved. Let us not trivialize. Simple issue is BJP didn't create the religious fervor. It is opposition which has raked up Ram Mandir, which was a closed chapter.
Final word. I have to wrap up this debate and then we'll go to the second debate after this on the minority.
Ratan Sharda ji has not read the manifesto. It specifically speaks about women in judiciary, increase in women. But I get the larger point that you're saying. Some of the terms used by the opposition, and I completely agree with you, used by Mr. Khurshid Nice was disgusting. You cannot say that, and it shouldn't be said that. And words like, personally, I feel this, words like jihad and kafir, it's time, whichever new union government comes, like the word, like some of the words have been banned, these words need to be banned. We cannot have this in a civilized society.
All right.
We need to take a firm stand on it. I'm very clear on that.
I'll leave it at that. That's the first part of our debate, first part of the program here on Brass Tacks. I'm going to ask Tehseen Poonawala, Siddharth Yadav, and of course Atikur Rahman to stay on with us for the second part, where we're talking about the whole business of Muslim quotas. We're coming to you live. This is Brass Tacks on CNN News 18, live from the CNN News 18 in Federal Bank Primetime Studio. On the other side of this quick break, this whole business of minority quotas. I spoke to Revanth Reddy, the Chief Minister of Telangana, last night, and he says it's not based on religion, it's not quotas based on religion. This is quotas for those in the minority community who are backward, BCE. is the word he used, backward caste economic. Quick break. On the other side, that's what we'll debate.
In 14 and 19, let me use that American term, floater voters or whatever it is. They are now shocked with the language Prime Minister has used. And many of them have spoken to me and told me in person that this time around they will not vote for Modi. These are their words, not one or two, but in huge numbers. And they said that we never expected that the Prime Minister would call 14 crore Muslims as Ghuspeti, as jihadi. And then this candidate of BJP does that
arrow gesture.
Horrible thing, because the whole world knows that Telangana's peace and prosperity is very important for a landlocked area, and Hyderabad has to grow. If bigger MNCs are coming and investing in Hyderabad, is because of many things. The most important thing is peace, and then that is done. So that clearly has exposed the BJP, exposed their mindset, and the people of Hyderabad and Telangana will reply on May 13th.
Sir, I will talk to you about what you feel you have done for the constituency, because the charge against you is that you also rely on the heavy Muslim vote here, but you haven't really done much development. But before I come to that, on the Prime Minister, you recently compared the situation of Muslims in India to Jews in Hitler's Germany. Is that not an exaggeration?
No,
given that we've got the highest Muslim population in the subcontinent or around the world, and they're prospering?
I said this in the last parliament session when I was given opportunity to speak on the president debate. So I had said this, and I can corroborate why I said that. Hate speeches, yes, it did happen before 2014, but the amount of hate speeches against Muslims have increased.
Way the India alliance is decrying everything to do with the Hindus.
ये चुनाव मीट मछली का चुनाव नहीं है, ये चुनाव लोगों की ज़रूरतों का चुनाव है.
All the 25 seats in Rajasthan, Lok Sabha has edge over BJP because of Mr. Ashok Gehlot's welfare scheme.
The objective of this election is to choose the country's leader for the next 5 years. It is to elect the country's Prime Minister.
हमने 10 साल में जो किया है, कांग्रेस 60 साल नहीं करता.
How do you trust a party that has given so many jumlas to this country, lied in front of the people to form government? How do you trust the BJP?
देखिए, कंपटीशन तो वहाँ होता है जहाँ कुछ बराबरी हो. बाकी पार्टियां तो अभी इलेक्शन में ड्राइंग रूम से भी निकल के मैदान में आने वाले हैं.
Hundred times more. It was the Supreme Court who had to intervene and get cases booked when the Dharam Sansas were held. Mob lynching has increased. Hijab has been made a national security issue. Azan has been made a national security issue. What I eat is being made a very controversial thing. Laws have been passed on religious conversion. Laws have been passed against interreligious marriages. And then these are the things which started in 1930s of the then Germany. Then the Kristallnacht movement happened. Movies are being made. The same thing happened during in 30s in Germany. What kind of movies are being made? All with all nonsense and all complete lies. Okay, you say this is it's not a fact. So we are leading towards it. And when the Prime Minister stands up, he does not speak for the 133 crore people, he speaks about his ideology. How can the Prime Minister call us Ghuspeti? How can the Prime Minister demean the Muslim women saying they give birth to more children? Then what about, why are you opening all these centers of fertility treatment? Close them down. Can the Prime Minister understand what a woman, there are so many fertility centers throughout India, in Hyderabad also. You close them down. Why are you demeaning? You criticize any other political party you want. It's part of your electioneering. But to demean 14% population, what is the message it's sending?
So can I ask you a counter question? When we talk about polarization, it's never one-sided. You also go to a beef shop and say, "Kaatte raho." In a country like India, when you do that, isn't that seen as polarization?
No.
Welcome back to Brass Tacks. We're coming to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio. And the second part of Brass Tacks tonight. Can a secular country like India have reservations that are based on religion? Prime Minister Modi, during his election rallies, he's often accused the opposition of trying to snatch away the rights of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, as well as other backward castes, and then giving it to them, to the Muslim community, to try and appease their vote bank. Amid these allegations and counter-allegations that are politically, completely on the campaign trail, RJD Supremo and former Bihar Chief Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav today said, when he was questioned on Muslim quota, he said, and he backed full reservation for Muslims. Of course, later on, he climbed down. Meanwhile, speaking to CNN News 18, Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has clarified that this is not a quota that's based on religion, that the 4% quota that's prevalent in Telangana right now was given to poor Muslims under the BCE category, which is backward caste economic, which is for backward classes amongst Muslims and not just for all Muslims. So let's play out those sound bites and then we'll go across back to our panel.
जो मुस्लिम प्रैक्टिस करते हैं वो प्रैक्टिस में जो गरीब है वो गरीब लोगों को इन द नेम ऑफ BCE ग्रुप, वो BCE ग्रुप में उन लोगों को रिजर्वेशन मिल रहा है, मजहब के नाम पे रिजर्वेशन नहीं मिल रहा है। मोदी जी गलतफहमी फैलाने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा है, क्योंकि वो प्रधानमंत्री है, वो कुछ भी बोलेगा ना देश पूरा सुनना पड़ता है।
आरक्षण के पक्षधर है ना, वो तो संविधान को ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं, लोकतंत्र को ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं। रिजर्वेशन तो मिलना चाहिए मुसलमानों को पूरा।
उन्होंने कहा, ऐसे हाथ पछाड़ के बोल रहे हैं, मुसलमानों को आरक्षण मिलना चाहिए और सिर्फ आरक्षण नहीं मिलना चाहिए, वो कहते हैं कि पूरा का पूरा आरक्षण मुसलमानों को मिलना चाहिए। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? यानी SC, ST, OBC समाज को जितना आरक्षण मिला है वो छीनकर ये लोग पूरा का पूरा आरक्षण मुसलमानों को देना चाहते हैं।
And let's open this up back to our panelists. Siddharth Yadav, spokesperson of the BJP, Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar, is also joining us. Siddharth Yadav, I played out a portion of what Revanth Reddy, the Telangana Chief Minister, yesterday told me. And by the way, Telangana, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh are a few of the states where there is this Muslim quota. He says they are not being given reservation because they are Muslims. They are being given reservations because they are backward amongst the Muslims, that 4%, there are specific backward castes within Muslims who are getting that, not all Muslims are getting. How do you respond to that?
Zaka, I'm delighted that you have brought this up, and this must be understood by all your viewers. There's a difference when such kind of reservation comes up. We do have in different states historically given reservation to few communities from the minorities under different castes based on the historical context of where they were placed economically, socially, educationally, on different parameters. But what the Congress party is trying to do is absolutely different from this. The Congress party is trying to give a blanket reservation like they did in Karnataka, like they tried to give in Andhra, like they are trying to do in Bengal. Blanket reservation. The reservation is there in other communities also. We have SCs, OBCs. There's an income bar as well. The categorizations have been done. All of that has been done. How can you today in 2024, in the 21st century, in different states come out and say, if you are born in a Muslim family, we don't care, are you a forward caste, backward caste, Amir, Garib or whatever, but you will be given this reservation. This is not reservation. This is appeasement. For this appeasement, they must be called out. Because what they are doing today is, just for their vote bank, they are crossing the lines, they are snatching away the rights of the SCs, STs,
so
and OBCs
Tehseen,
of our country.
the point,
the rights which were given
is,
historically.
even if they, you're giving a sub-quota within backwards, like they are doing in Telangana, point is, why is that restricted only to Muslims? You don't have backward caste reservation for Christians, backward caste reservation for Sikhs, backward caste reservation for Buddhists and followers of other faiths. Only for Muslims the backward caste reservation is there. Why is that, Tehseen?
Because it's not based on religion, it's based on...
Zaka, absolutely.
Let him respond. Let Tehseen respond. Tehseen.
Let him finish. Take 10 seconds. I'll finish after. Make him make his point. Make your point.
And the reason for that is, if the real reason behind this was not appeasement, then definitely more communities would be added to it. Why not for Parsis?
Okay, I understood the point.
Okay, let Tehseen respond.
7,000
Parsis. He made the point.
Why no reservation there?
Tehseen respond.
They would not do it.
Okay, Siddharth, yes.
I've understood the point.
Let Tehseen
So now he's saying, why not
respond?
Parsis?
Yeah.
He's understood why not Parsis. Parsis, my ancestry is actually Parsi Muslim. So Parsis are in 3 cities, Mumbai, Pune, and basically in Gujarat. Why not Parsis in Gujarat? Why not? Because an average Parsi, a poor Parsi, somebody whose income is 1 lakh rupees. That's how Parsis are considered. Why not Parsis? I gave you my time. So unfair. You are not allowing me. Don't do that.
So why not Parsis?
So why not Parsis in Gujarat? Parsis are in Gujarat. Why don't you give? Why you give in Bafan in Gujarat, Dafar in Muslim? Now there is no Hindus in this. Why you give Fakir? Acha, Jats in Gujarat. Hindus have not got a reservation. Muslims have got. Why only Muslims? Galeria, Gachi. Gachi is where Prime Minister comes from. Only Muslims. Then Prime Minister put in Hindus. Hingoria, Jat, as I told you, Khatki, Kasai, Chamadia, Jamadar, Kumbar, Darbar, Bandhan, Majoti, Bakrani, Matwa. Why Qureshi? Why all of this in Gujarat? Only Muslims. यहाँ पे आपको हिंदू क्यों नहीं दिखते? Kasai. Why only Muslims? Hindu Kasai को क्यों नहीं दे रहे आप? That is the problem, because it's on economy. It's not on religion. If it was on religion and Congress is wrong, why are you doing it in Gujarat? I am telling you, this is in Gujarat. Please fact check me.
But Tehseen, answer the question he's asked. Why not poor or backward Christians?
Why not poor Parsis?
Backward Parsis, backward Sikhs.
Why not?
Backward Jains. Why should reservation not be extended to backwards in other minority communities also? Why only Muslims? Why?
It's not done in religion, whether in Telangana, as the Chief Minister told you, or in Gujarat, as Siddharth Bhai will defend. It's not done on religion. It's done on backwardness. Why other castes haven't come in should be gotten. I'm not disputing it. Who's the only person who's saying increase the quota? Rahul Gandhi. Who's opposing it? These people. Why are they opposing it? Do the caste census and increase the caste quota. Who's refusing it? But even in Gujarat, let me give you an example. Jat Muslims get reservation. Jat Hindus don't. Now, are you telling me, Zaka, in Gujarat, the Jat Hindu is rich? He himself said Parsi. Why is Parsi they say in Gujarat not given? So see, they are exposing themselves. The problem is Congress can't expose them. Congress doesn't have this input.
No. See, Atikur Rahman, it is no one's case.
No,
Atikur Rahman, one second. It is no one's case that people who are deserving, who are socio-economically, educationally backward, irrespective of which religion you come from, you should get. Now, we have a 10% EWS quota, right? A 10% EWS quota, if you get 8 lakh rupees per annum or less than 8 lakh rupees per annum, you are considered economically weaker section. There it does not matter whether you're Hindu, Muslim, Jain, Parsi, whatever you are. If you get under 8 lakhs per annum and if your child needs reservation in a higher educational institution, he or she will get it, irrespective of religion. That should be the yardstick. Whereas in Karnataka, Andhra, Telangana, the 4% that has been given, even though it is under backwards, it is for exclusively Muslims. And in Karnataka's case, the BJP's contention is when BJP was in power, when Mr. Bommai was in power, he took that 4%, gave it to Vokoligas and to Lingayats, only for that to be taken back and given back to Muslims.
So, Zaka, the Karnataka thing we are talking of, we should be remembering that the Supreme Court has restored it. So, what the Prime Minister and the BJP is claiming with the 4% Karnataka Muslim reservation is, to my view, a contempt of court. Now, this needs a fact check, that if the BJP and the Prime Minister is saying that irrespective of any economic or social or educational backwardness, the Muslims in Karnataka are getting this 4% reservation, this needs a fact check, which the Karnataka leaders themselves say, no, this is not the thing. The only Muslims who are backwards, educationally and socially, only they are provided those, and that is why the Supreme Court restored it. But the larger question, Zakka, is, why is the Prime Minister lying? Why is he saying that the Congress will be etching out this from the SC and ST and then providing to the Muslims? This is, he is evoking on religious grounds, which should be barred by the election commission.
I think Gurbai, there is one clarification there. I think Tehseen also asked, who is stopping BJP from increasing the 50% quota? I'll tell you who is stopping. A 9-judge constitutional bench order, a historic order by the way, in the Indira Sani case, had put a cap of 50%. Now, there are 1 or 2 states that have bypassed that. In Tamil Nadu, for example, is the case. They put it under the 9th schedule. But who is opposed to it? When the question is asked, why doesn't BJP do it? Because straight away it will become unconstitutional unless you challenge the 9-judge bench order of Indira Sani judgment. And Tehseen is a lawyer as well, so he knows.
Yeah, but
if you are going to set a precedent by overturning 9-judge bench constitutional orders, then I shudder to think, tomorrow anybody can come and take away anything. They can overturn fundamental rights also. Why not?
So Maharashtra is ensuring the Marathas that they will be, exceeding the 50% quota and then giving the Maratha quota. Who is ruling Maharashtra?
No.
Besides this.
No, Mr. Atikur Rahman, that matter is still in court. That has not been entirely given the court's approval. I am saying on a matter of principle, and Tehseen can respond, Siddharth Yadav also, as I am coming to the last part here. Tehseen, what is stopping the BJP, or what should stop any political party? Is this 9-judge bench order? It's a historic order.
No, Atikur Rahman is right. The BJP is lying. One, in Maharashtra they promised, if the matter is sub judice and stopped, how can they promise? Number 2, the Indira Sani judgment, I had challenged the EWS reservation in Supreme Court. That was anyways made irrelevant with the EWS reservation where 10% is put in. Now when 10% is put in EWS, in Maharashtra you're promising it. Supreme Court has restored Karnataka. Why are you stopping it? Do the caste census as Rajnath Singh promised and give the people their share. Jiski jitni sankhya vari, uski itni hissedari. Why you don't want to do it? Let Siddharth Bhai say on this show that BJP will not do caste census and not increase it. I will concede the argument.
Are you against economically weaker section quota? Is that what you're saying?
I want economically weaker section. I had challenged it on the grounds of Indira Sani. So what did the central government say there? Indira Sani has to be breached. That's how EWS came in, because Indira Sani was breached. Once Indira Sani is breached, Supreme Court, central government has said it. Why can't you now give it to everybody? So now give it to everybody. You've only breached it. You said that in Supreme Court. No. Karnataka has been restored on the same thing. You're using the same argument for Maratha. Now give it.
Siddharth Yadav, yeah. You can do it for Marathas and for EWS. Why can't you do it for Muslims? Yeah.
Zaka, there's a lot of fact check that has to be done, and I'll do that point by point. Number one, Rahman Sahab was saying that the Karnataka case is a different one, this and that. The NCBC chairperson had written a letter to the Karnataka government. The response to that letter has come out. You have given a blanket reservation. It's very evident in the letter. So please don't lie here. Sit here and say, no, it's different. It's only for the backward, it's this and that. When you mention Supreme Court, why don't you mention Andhra Pradesh government's decision? You tried to give it a reservation in Andhra. The Supreme Court struck it down because the very same reason. Because the Constitution does not allow it. You must understand. When Tehseen Bhai will sit here with his research and say these 10 castes have been given there, why not Kasai in Hindus? That is not the case. What we are saying is, if 91 OBC castes are there in Bengal, 85 of them are Muslim, and all Muslim castes have been included, and only 6 from other communities have been included. How many Christians? How many Jains? How many Bauds? You won't answer that. These are two very separate issues. You want to give a blanket reservation to all castes, to a religion which has no caste, by the way, but to all castes of that religion, and then say, no, it's different. We are giving in this quota and that quota. Okay. Number one. Number two, Indira Sani judgment. I am also a lawyer by profession, Zaka. Indira Sani judgment, every case of breaching the reservation has to be tested on the Indira Sani judgment. Every reservation, and the AWS one was also. So you can't say that once it is breached forever. Who said so? The Supreme Court has not. The Supreme Court never said it in the AWS case that the Indrasani judgment is now breached and now you can give a reservation of 90%. Why lie on the national television is what I ask.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
The Constitution has not mandated it. You must not give it.
We'll have to leave it at that. I'm completely out of time. Thank you very much, Siddharth Yadav, Tehseen Poonawala, Atikur Rahman. That's a wrap of Brass Tacks, this Tuesday night edition. Over the next couple of days, I'll be coming to you live from the next phases of elections from Hyderabad, of course, which goes to polls. Telangana and Andhra Pradesh go to polls on Monday the 13th, and we'll be doing our Citizens Manifesto there. In the meanwhile, if you've been tuned in to this edition of Brass Tacks, which came to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio, from me, Zakir Jacob, and the rest of the team, thank you very much for your time, and we'll catch you again from Hyderabad tomorrow night.
Am I breaking a law? No, I'm not breaking a law. I wanted to expose BJP, which have been successful. You have taken 10 crores electoral bond from a company called Alayana, which happens to have a factory in Telangana. You have no objection in taking 10 crores, but your objection to a Muslim Qureshi, whose profession has been that, who sits for 17 hours in a day and makes 500 rupees, a Kathik who opens a shop, you are against them. You want to close those shops. Day in, day out, you speak about them. So you are more interested in electoral bonds from a company, but you're not interested in the economic little bit progress, prosperity of a poor man who runs a shop with 2 or 3 people.
But what about the fact that your critics say that you also do identity politics primarily, and your politics is only Muslim-centric?
No, how? Is it wrong to talk about a community which is lacking behind on all the parameters of human development indicators? It is. Please tell these people to read the Kundu Committee report, which was given to this government in 2014 October. Please read the NSSO data. What does that say? Please read the National Family Health Survey.
हम जीतेंगे। जनता का मोदी जी पर अटूट भरोसा है, अपार प्यार है और बेइंतहा आशीर्वाद भी।
Without Modi, nothing, no BJP is there in this country. That is what they are trying to send a message. But we are not like that. It is the party and the India alliance.
When 82% or 92% of all ED and CBI cases are against the opposition, I don't think that this corruption hauwa started by the BJP has anything whatsoever.
India alliance is unstable. In Tamil Nadu, phase 1, the engine failure has happened. It is not going to take off. It is very clear people have to vote for NDA for development.
The concept of BJP, the perspective that they are trying to do right now is about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, but it's nothing like that on the ground.
They can't talk anything against us because they have not done anything. रोजगार के लिए उन्होंने क्या किया था? Something, any substantial thing, did they do it?
That the Muslim reservation issue that has been kicked off by the BJP this time around, are you saying that Muslim reservations are fair and needed? Because the BJP has made it a poll plank to say that that reservation shouldn't come for all Muslims, only for backward Muslims, and it shouldn't come out of others' quota.
Well, you see, number one point is that it is completely lie that someone else's share has been taken and given to the caste among the Muslims. In Telangana and in Andhra Pradesh, this reservation started in the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. Mr. P.S. Krishnan, a renowned anthropologist who's nowhere in this world, who was very much instrumental in the Mandal Commission report, he had created a list of castes of Muslims which will get reservation and a list of castes which will not get reservation. Now, where is this case of getting a base of religion? In Maharashtra, the reservation was given People challenged it. It went to Bombay High Court. The Bombay High Court upheld it. They said, yes, reservation can be given to Muslims. They are socially, educationally backward in education.
In some states, it's being given to all Muslims with no concept of creamy layer. Like, for the example, the Prime Minister has raised the issue of Karnataka, and he has also raised the issue of Andhra.
See, the interesting part about Karnataka is, when Yadurappa was the CM twice, he allowed it. He continued with it. Just before assembly elections, you do that. You see, when you are in power, you allowed it. And before assembly elections, you remove it. So I hope the Congress government should have rectified it and taken steps, because the academic year is going to start now in next 2 months.
I am with Asaduddin Owaisi, the sitting MP in Hyderabad, on his quintessential door-to-door campaign that he is very famous for. Are these elections a little bit different because the BJP is giving you a very spirited fight?
See, we have defeated BJP from 84, 89, 91, 96, 99, 2004, 2009, 2014, 2019, and again in 2024 years. So it's BJP.
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. It is election season in India. Today, phase 3 of the voting was held. We'll tell you about what's at stake. But our lead story tonight is a vote of confidence from corporate America. They're bullish on India. From Warren Buffett to Jamie Dimon, some of the biggest names are vouching for the India growth story. So there's reason to celebrate, but without losing sight of the challenges ahead. We'll discuss both on the show tonight. Meanwhile, no ceasefire in Gaza. Hamas has accepted it. Israel has rejected it. We'll tell you why.